Thank you, Italy. Thank you, Spain. Thank you, Ireland. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, Latin America. At least you stood for Palestinians. But the Muslim world, busy polishing their thrones, protecting their palaces, while Gazans bleed, suffer, humiliate. When Qatar was attacked, the entire Muslim world gathered overnight to defend it. But for 70 years, Palestinians are bombed, starved, driven from their homes, orphaned. Not one Muslim country has come to the rescue because no oil, no dollars, no thrones are at risk. Israel spits on the international law. 95% of the world hates Israel. Internationally, they hate it. Nobody loves Israel in the world. Yet, the UN is the graveyard of broken promises. In America, the so-called superpower country, shaking before a tiny lunatic state. 14 million Jews in the world. And Washington bows to them. This is not leadership. This is not power. This is slavery. I don't know why the hell you're scared of this murderer, terrorist state. This lunatic state has murdered. This terrorist state, this thug state killed almost 65,000 human beings, Muslims especially. Children in Gaza write their names on their arms. And so when the bomb tears them apart, someone can identify the body, and leaders still call this a self-defense. You're fighting tiny little children and you call yourself man, throwing nuclear bombs, chemical bombs on defenseless people. Trust me, you have aerial power. The moment you set your foot on the ground, you are totally dismantled. Israel is totally dismantled. The Gaza crisis proves that the global system has failed. The United Nations failed. The so-called the defenders of justice failed. Israel should be made a pariah state. Diplomacy no longer works. Diplomacy has been going on for almost 70 years. Zionist state has never become a human being, and they will never become a human being. History suffered. Humanity suffered because of Zionist state. The only option is left is military solution. Military action should be taken against Israel. We can no longer rely on Arab states anymore. And we have seen that, we're seeing that. When their interests are at stake, then they come and rescue each other. They don't care about Palestinian lives. They don't care. They just care about their thrones, kingdoms, and premiership, power. The president of Colombia, hats off to you, sir, hats off. He said that he will send 20,000 of his troops and 30,000 of Asian troops should be brought together and attack Israel and bring Israelis' Zionist state to an end, to wipe out Israel. This is the only solution. Diplomacy will not work. Now the United Nations General Assembly is ongoing. Every leader talks about and against Israel. What else the world needs? What else the world needs? Israel should be disqualified from any events, international events, sports. All the international ties should be cut off, should be isolated and totally wiped out. Keep on having meetings and the United Nations will not work on Israel. The only option is to send troops and wipe out Israel. Long live Gaza. Long live humanity.